Sonic the Hedgehog, that one character that everyone I see people don't use correctly. Your Shirley is going to show you how to play Sonic. We're going to be going over 3 categories. We're going to be going how to use Sonic correctly, text you can do, and a lot of tricks, and all the abilities that you could do in text with every single ability, so you know what to do, and place in best maps for Sonic. So yeah, let's get into the video. The first ability that I want to talk about is the Drop Dash. The Drop Dash, I'm going to zoom in screen. What is the ability called? If you're on mobile controller, or mostly me on controller, the reason why I have mobile thing, because I was on vacation, so this is the only thing I would have been able to got. Basically, what you could do with Sonic is, when you use your ability, right? I'm going to tell you this. When you use your Drop Dash, you can use it for 3 categories, actually. Rage mode, I recommend. Okay, let's not get to rage mode yet. But we're actually going to be talking about overall Drop Dash. Drop Dash is basically one of the best abilities to use when you're using Sonic. And the reason why I say this, you can stun the killer. But if you hit the EXE once, it stuns them for 1 second. But if you hit them at all, it stuns them for about a lot of seconds. So what you could do is basically use this Sonic. You can use Sonic correctly, or you can try to use Sonic a different way, because Sonic is one of those characters where you cannot mess up, because if you don't mess up, then you're deep-fried, okay? You're just deep-fried. I'm just saying that right now. So another thing about the Drop Dash you could do, and I'm going to tell you this, Drop Dash is one of the worst. I mean, not one of the worst. It is one of the best abilities for Sonic, but I am going to tell you this one thing you could do. Sonic, when you're actually using your Drop Dash, when your team is getting chased, when your teammate is getting chased, use that Drop Dash. Or, if you really want to get your teammate away as fast as possible, use Peel Out or something that can get to. I'll get to Peel Out after we finish Drop Dash, but most likely, now we can talk about the text. Text is pretty easy what to do, because what you can do, one tech I have for you is, when you're using your Drop Dash, you could either hit them 2 times, and you could hit the EXE 2 times, and then just run away. And then just use the rest of your Drop Dash to just get away from the killer. This will give you better mobility. Better mobility. But if somehow you miss your Drop Dash, just like most Sonic mains do, basically, you would basically have to, you could just use it to run away from the EXE, you could just use it to run away from the Executioner, and get away as fast as possible, and maybe hit a Peel Out, but it's kind of risky, so I recommend don't doing that. Unless if you're very, very far, then yes, hit that Peel Out so you can get way farther. Now, since we talked about all the techs for Drop Dashes, there is another tech that I could tell you, but it doesn't work all the time. So yeah, now, I'm going to get to the crazy part is, and usually I would save this to the end of the video, and I didn't do this with Tails' guide, which most likely when 0.2 comes out, because we already know he'll be able to carry survivors, so he'll be getting another thing. But there is one thing I can tell you, sorry, what I could tell you is you can use, and I mean you can use your Drop Dash, and against what combo partners. You have a bunch of combo partners. You can get Sonic and Tails, which is pretty simple. After Tails uses his laser cannon, what you could do is Drop Dash. And take him in a Peel Out and take him away. And after you use all 3 of your Drop Dashes, make sure to hit him 3 times or 4 times, whatever it is, and hit him with that. And then takes Tails at the Peel Out. Take Tails at the Peel Out, because it just makes more sense to, do that. So I recommend trying to do that at all costs. Now, another character is Knuckles the Echidna. What you could do, Knuckles the Echidna is probably one of the best characters out of all, because Knuckles has one of the most best things to do when it comes to fighting the team. So make sure to actually use that, because Knuckles, what you could do is, you can either have Sonic do Drop Dash. You can either, as a Sonic, do a Drop Dash and Drop Dash 3 times, bring it to Knuckles, and then Knuckles uses his punch, boom, done, over with. Or But keep in mind this does boost his rage, so don't always do it. But if you really just want to keep comboing and actually just combo, then you can get Team Sonic and boom, you're cooking the EXE. I've done this with my friends all the time. I'm usually Tails and one of my friends is Sonic, and then one of my friends is Knuckles. And when I mean we cook the killer, we cook the killer because the killer gets cooked every single time we do this. So it's just a warped reality how it actually would work. So you should honestly try to do that and make sure you can get out of that because it would be one of the best options you can do to fight your teammates at all costs. Now, I do have one thing that you could do, and this might make people struggle, but what you could do is most likely do, you can combo with Metal. Metal does work. What you could do is after Metal, use Destructive Charge. And keep in mind, once you're done with Sonic's Drop Dash, I'm just going to say it. Metal cannot stun the killer after that. So, and Tails either. So, I forgot to mention about Tails. Tails and Metal can't do it. But Knuckles and Amy can't do it either. Which I'll get to Amy in a few. Which, speaking of Amy, I'm most likely going to make a poll. What character do you want to learn that you guys want me to teach y'all how to play next? Because I'm experienced with all these characters and I do know a lot of text about them. So I could teach you guys some text and everything and guides. So honestly, I think this will be one of the best things you could do. And not going to lie, when you're using Sonic, you always want to be one of the best Sonic mains in the world and try to help. If you don't even think about helping your team, it's not even worth it. Now we're going to get to Peel Out. Peel Out is one of the abilities that you could use, and I have some combo things you could do with it. First is when you're using Peel Out, you can get Tails, right? Wait until the Tails charges up the laser cannon. Y'all go. What I mean by go, y'all get out of there and zoom out of there. It works on a bunch of techs, and I think you guys can definitely learn how to do it. And now we have Amy. Amy is playing a Sanitory. What you could do is, she has 3 things she can do. She can do this. You can either get her in a Peel Out, then she'll use her hammer attack, and you run into the EXE. Trust me, it works. And then boom, the EXE will get hit. Another thing, you can use a bunch of other techs. There's like 100 different techs I think you guys should use against the EXE. I'm not going to say all of them because they're complicated and I have to keep looking I have to keep Googling and everything and how much of these techs you can actually do and how these work. And I've done these techs before. So, yeah, it actually works. So, Sonic is one of the best characters in Outcome Memories. I think you guys should definitely try to learn them. If you're trying to main Sonic, if this guide helped you, make sure to like and subscribe. And, I most likely will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.